Simply put, things couldn't have gone much worse for South Carolina in its first road game of SEC play on Friday, as the Gamecocks suffered a 12-2 run rule loss to number 3 Arkansas here at Baum-Walker Stadium in Fayetteville. This was a disaster for South Carolina. Just that's the truth of the situation here. This was a game where the Gamecocks fell behind very quickly in a 7-0 hole before they got their first run in the 5th inning, and as the game wore on, Arkansas just continued to hit the ball at a high rate. The Razorbacks finished with 15 hits, 6 of which were for extra bases, and they hit 2 home runs, the second of which was hit for a 3-run walk-off home run in the 7th inning to cap off the run rule win. And early on in this game, Brandon Stone got the start for South Carolina, and he looked all right. He struggled with his command a little bit and pitched in some really tough spots, but things really fell apart for him in the 3rd inning as he walked 3 batters, 2 of which scored with the bases loaded, and just could never really get into a rhythm. And that would be it for him after 3 innings. Matthew Becker pitched after that, and then Aiden Palmer pitched whatever was left of the 7th inning before giving up the run rule home run to finish out the game. But with Stone specifically, he got through the 1st inning without giving up a run and pitched in some trouble in the 2nd, but was able to limit the damage. But that 3rd inning, and again, he didn't have any walks through his first 2 innings, but that 3rd inning where he gave up 3 walks, he hit a batter, he just got himself into a lot of trouble. He also didn't receive much help from his defense, too, at the same time. Henry Kazmar had what looked like a routine ground ball hit to him at short that would have ended the inning had he just made a play on it, but the ball went straight through his legs. And this came after he had already been picked off in the half inning prior, and so Paul Maneri decided to take him out of the game going into the bottom of the 4th, and he was replaced by Will Tippett for the rest of the night. And after the game, I asked Paul about that, and he did say it was because of those things, but also because of the fact that when Kazmar came back to the dugout, he was just really down on himself, kind of down the dumps, and that felt like the right time for Paul to kind of take him out of the game. And I mean, who could really blame him, to be honest? Kazmar went 1 for 1 at the plate with an infield single, but the 2 mistakes on his part came at critical points in the game, because when he got picked off, Nathan Hall was at bat, and he had nearly just hit a 2-run homer down the left field line that, if it stayed fair, would have given South Carolina the lead in the early going, but he gets picked off, and then Hall ends up striking out to end the inning. So kind of just South Carolina's luck at this point. And this is South Carolina's first run rule loss in SEC play since, got to go back to March 31st, 2023, when the Gamecocks went to Starkville and lost 13-3 to the Bulldogs, all the way back 2 years ago. So it's a gut punch, a really ugly loss that now you're 1-6 against top 10 teams so far this year. You're perfect otherwise, but when you're facing good competition, you're just not able to get the job done. So still 2 games left to go in the series, but in the grand scheme of things, you have 6 games left in a row here against top 25 teams. You have this series, North Carolina next Tuesday in Charlotte, and then you have Tennessee coming to town next weekend. So not much room for error here, and things could definitely continue to kind of snowball here, given the way tonight went. But tomorrow's a new day, and we'll see what happens. So South Carolina will look to even up the series tomorrow afternoon with first pitch at 3 p.m. on SEC Network Plus, right back here at Baum-Walker Stadium. Jake McCoy will get the start for the Gamecocks. So again, South Carolina suffers a 12-2 loss here on Friday night in the series opener with the Razorbacks. For GamecockCentral.com, I'm Jack Veltri.